Hello and welcome to another Tuesday Tune-In for the online Course Redesign and Faculty Certification Program. I am your facilitator, Jacob Spradlin, and I'm going to apologize for my voice today. I'm a little under the weather, but I wanted to come to you for our weekly update and talk to you about a couple things. Those things are feedback and an easier way to find due dates. So I'm going to start with feedback because that is a super important part of any online instructor's skill set or tool belt or toolkit. And being able to do it and then having students know where to find it, right? So a good way for you to demonstrate for your students where to find student feedback is to leverage your own student preview account and submit an assignment and then go and, without discarding, saving that student data, grading it, leaving feedback, and then you can actually record that or take a screenshot of that to show students where to go to access this stuff. So in this case, I'm going to grade an attempt that I submitted as my student preview account in the course. So I'm going to access our course, which then opens up and I can go to the gradebook, right? I'm going to click right up on the gradebook and I'm going to go to a specific area that I know I need to get in and grade. And so I'm going to click on this course description assignment and I'm going to wait a little bit because my Blackboard has decided to take its time. And I'm going to choose needs grading. And here I have one attempt to grade. And it's from me. Ooh, strange. So I will go in here and access the attempt. Now, if there are multiple attempts and I landed on this page, I get an arrow up here that I can just keep going and keep adding and updating feedback for folks. In this case, you'll see that I submitted a description in Latin, because of course that's the best type of description. And now I could leave that feedback. You will note this week in this particular assignment, if you've submitted it, that I've left you multimedia feedback. That feedback is the ability for me to come in as an instructor and leave something a little bit more than text, something a little bit more personal. I hope you liked it. It was just an audio. I hope you listened to it and picked up from it what you will. So in this case, I could come leave that textual feedback here, or I could choose to do a recording. And I may not, the message for recording may not work because I'm already recording this using another software, but just know that it's going to open up your Collaborate window and ask if you want to give permission to use your microphone and your camera enough to record yourself. So when I choose recording, it'll pop up with that Collaborate window and it will go through and do some checks, and then I have options. Do I want to leave recording? Sure. And it gives me a nice countdown. So I'll be like, hey Jacob, great job on your course description. Couldn't understand a word you said. I think you might need to resubmit it because this class has nothing to do with Latin. So, and then I could listen to it if I'd like, or save and exit and submit it. And then boom, and I could even leave some extra feedback here. Listen to my feedback, right, up top. Give it a point value. In this case, I might go 1, letting them know that they might want to come back in and redo this assignment. And there it is. So now what I can do is I can close out of the wonderful view of the grading. Oh, I want to save my changes, and then close out of. Yep, that's good. I've done it. Left them feedback. Close out here. Go back to my content. And now what I'm going to do is go in as the student and see where I find that feedback, right? So I'm going to go to my student preview. Excuse me. And it will allow me then to access my course as a student. And then I will come up to my gradebook. Now you're going to note on the gradebook down here where it says assignment course description, it's got a grade and a feedback option. To access any of this, I just click on the column, on the row, right? And it's going to open up the grade. It's like, okay, do I want to, oh, look, I need to click on this to view the feedback. So I'm going to click again and access my attempt. And here it is. Here is my feedback here. Here's the actual thing. Here's the listen to my feedback and my grade. And as a student, I can just click on the feedback and hit play. Hey, Jacob, great job on your course description. And it takes my text that I put in there and it personalizes the interaction. But anyway, that's where students will go to find feedback. That kind of stuff will also pop up for them that they've got graded items in their course in their activity stream when they land in Blackboard. So just so you know that is a thing. But It's a nice feature, nice place to find that feedback. But take a moment and listen to the feedback that we provided for you for that particular assignment when you submitted. Okay, the last thing I want to touch on today revolves around due dates. So, in this course, we're leveraging them so you get a feel for how they work, right? You get a feel for how to interact and intersect with due dates as an instructor or as a student. That's why it's important to leverage that due date tool on the activities and assignments that you have in the course. Number one, it does a couple things. It turns on the activity stream and uses that to send the student updates about when things are due, like there's a week away, something's due, something's past due, all those types of things. So it's important that we access those. But a great thing you may not have known is that Blackboard provides a consolidated view of all the due dates in the course if the instructors use the tool. As a student, I'm going to go back into my student preview again because that's what I love doing. As a student, I can access my due dates by going up to here, my calendar in the course. So I'll click on calendar, and then it shows the schedule for the course, but I want the due dates, right? Boom. My next upcoming due dates are for this Thursday, and they're Module 2. And then I have Module 3 due dates. So it's just a quick way to work your way through activities all in one page throughout the entire course. So you know when it's due on the day or whatnot. So you can go to earlier due dates or the current due dates where you start out. But just a neat way for you to get access to that. Just know that for this week, in specific, I'm going to save my view and get back into the course. We are in Module 2, Navigation. And in Module 2, you've got some things you'll do. This is all due Thursday evening. You've got your self-assessment workbook question and then your course outline. You'll read through all of the content and some of the resources that we have for you before you'll start these, because that's important. You want to read through all that stuff before you start the activities. And then Sunday's due dates cover Module 3. So for Module 3, you actually have multiple things going on. You've got that self-assessment workbook. You've got an Elements of Design journal entry, but then you've got a discussion and an image upload, right? So the discussion isn't actually due final until the next week on the 16th, but I just wanted to get your first post in. The replies come later. It's starting to get the economy of discussion happening. But this is the stuff that's due. Module 3 is probably one of your heavier modules in terms of activities, but it's still not a heavy lift. It's just got more things to do. It's not going to be super, I don't think, intensive, but I think it's a worthwhile, especially because it deals with universal design for learning and accessibility and all those good types of things. So anyway, that being said, or that might actually come in under multimedia. I'm not certain. That may be Module 5. No, I think it's almost of design. But so for sure, I can click here on Elements of Design and actually walk you through what happens. Yep, it is. It's ADA and UDL. So you'll be able to get in there and pick out that wonderful stuff in that binder. Today we have office hours. I will be available in Collaborate. The link is already on your calendar for this course, and it's available via the Collaborate link on the landing page of the course here, starting at 3 o'clock. So that being said, if you have any questions, I'll be in there for 30 minutes. Feel free to drop on by and ask them. I hope everybody has a good Tuesday, a good rest of your week. I've really enjoyed the submissions and self-reflections and self-assessments that I've seen submitted so far. I just really amazed at some of the awesome stuff you guys are doing. So anyway, thanks a lot and have a great week.